Hi, this is Rayshawn Allen, and I'm recording week 3 journal entry. Now we were requested to do a food tracker, which basically entailed what we had eaten for that entire day, going into a web link called Choose My Plate, and entering in our food intake throughout the week, and it gives us the detailed um, information about what type of vitamins, as well as the protein intake, your calorie intake that you had for that day, according to whatever meals that you had. So I am not a very big eater. Since I had my son, I've been trying my best to lose some weight. So I've really cut back on my meal intake, and I usually have anywhere from one big meal or two big meals per day, or not two big meals, but maybe something smaller in the afternoon time, and then something really light in the evening. So the date that I tracked was yesterday, and I only had one meal. So it wasn't very much, but it still was not the best either, based on the information that I pulled up from the tracking system. So anyway, I went on to the food tracker. I entered my information, and let's see. The first question here we have is, how does your fat and calorie intake compare to your target levels? So my intake was actually much lower. I mean, my target level was actually much lower than what my intake was. So the meal that I recorded was, I had a pretty large helping of spaghetti, and I also had meatballs in there. So on the tracker, it doesn't actually have the combination of spaghetti and meatballs, so it has to pull up two different links. And from what it told me was, the spaghetti itself was 290 calories. It was about 6 ounces of grains, 5.5 ounces of protein, and 498 of sodium. That is crazy. The meatballs added into it were 212 calories, 2.5 ounces of protein, and 430 milligrams of sodium. So that's a ridiculous amount of sodium, especially for someone like myself, because I recently had preeclampsia when I was pregnant with my son, and that was because of the sodium intake. It caused a lot of high blood pressure and swelling in my hands and feet. So that alone right there is really, really terrible for my body. And so the next question was, what vitamins and minerals fell below the target? So there was basically zero vitamins that I found in my meal itself. So it all fell below the target level. And how does your protein intake compare to target level? My protein intake was actually right on point, and which is good and also bad at the same time, because that was just one meal sitting. So just imagine if I had more, then it would have been over the top. And then it says, explain the importance of consuming the following: mineral, vitamins, carbohydrates, water, protein, fiber, and fat. So the importance of minerals is it balances your body's minerals and vitamins. They actually balance your body. Carbohydrates, it helps pack on. I mean, they can give you good carbohydrates and bad carbohydrates, and carbohydrates basically help you pack on weight. And then they can also be refueled into energy. Water, everybody needs to drink water. It is a great, excellent hydration for your body. I mean, it's necessary. Your body is about 70% water, so you need it. Protein is another thing that really fills your muscles to give you all the energy. And fiber helps you clear out your system, and fat is transformed into energy as well. So it says, examine the effects of your diet and your health and wellness by addressing the following. I was surprised to learn that I am eating so much sodium. I really thought that I was doing good by not eating so many meals per day, but it seems as if just one meal is giving me a crap ton of sodium, so that was a surprise. What effects does your diet have on your health and wellness? Well, my diet is actually extremely tied into my wellness. I'm trying my best not to eat so much because of all the weight gain that I had while I was pregnant. So it has a negative and a positive effect, I'd say. It helps that I'm not eating as much, but then on top of that, it's also not healthy for my wellness because I'm not really taking care of my body properly. And does your dietary intake protect you or increase your health risk? I thought it was protecting me by not eating as much, but based on the findings of how much I'm consuming, the sodium itself seems like it would be a serious health risk. Explain 2 ways you could improve your diet. I need to eat more vegetables, one, and I need to eat more fruit as well. And I need to start separating my food and eating them in smaller portions throughout the day instead of eating one big meal. Um, these are things that I know I need to do better of, but unfortunately, it's just one of those things where you kind of get away with it in life because of things that are happening on a daily basis. Okay, so that was a lot longer than 5 minutes, but this is my journal. Thank you for listening.